morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm your face of Fox, Elias Gallegos, in for Kristen today.
That's right. Poor Kristen doesn't feel well. And this is New Mexico style, may I mention. Kristen didn't feel well over the weekend, and she's still not better, apparently. So we hope you feel better, Kristen.
We'll send you our well wishes, Kristen.
Sending the wishes. You know, a lot of people getting sick. It's such a busy weekend, and a lot of people traveling. You know, a lot of people get sick en route. I think that's what happens a lot in airplanes.
A lot of contact, lots of different people.
Yeah, and in the stores too. And you know, another thing that gets people kind of under the weather, I think, is moving. You're moving, and I know. Can you give any tips? I was going to ask you this because I've moved a billion times. All right, most of the time it's out of state, and it's a lot of work. Do you have any? I mean, you're in state, but do you have any good tips for the whole moving process?
The one tip I wish I would have learned last night is to check my water heater, because this.
Why?
Because I had everything all laid out. My sweater was ready to go. I was so excited to be on style this morning.
Yeah.
And I took a cold shower because I did not turn the water heater on. So I'm wide awake, ready to go in a 2-minute shower. So
you definitely want to check the water heater in the new place. Yeah. Any good tips for like the packing up process? Because that's what always takes me forever.
Hire movers?
Yeah. No, I think that is the ultimate answer, because I've always tried to do it myself, or asked friends or loved ones, you know, to help, and it is just sometimes not worth it.
Well, I learned, luckily it didn't go bad, but what's more dangerous than a very sharp box cutter? A really dull box cutter.
Oh, good point. Good point.
That was a little scary. But.
Sharpen the box cutters, a lesson to be learned from Elias Gallegos. Thank you so much. And now that we got the news from you, let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez for today's news headlines. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm like Elias. I say just hire the movers.
Yeah, you just did a big move yourself.
I know. And it was smooth, thank goodness.
Yeah, she showed up looking real nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the husband was sweating, you know. So. Anyway, good morning to you guys, and good morning to you at home. Topping your morning news headlines this morning, Governor Susana Martinez is one of a growing number of Hispanic Republicans forced to face questions about her family's immigrant past. More Latino Republicans are seeking office these days, and their families' backgrounds are becoming the subject of increased scrutiny. It's mostly scrutiny from some liberal Latino activists. Experts say it's a new phenomenon that Latino Democrats rarely faced. Occupy Wall Street protesters in Albuquerque are crying foul on the police department. They say officers are spying on them. Now, we've seen the arrests and confrontations, but now protesters like Erica Estes says APD appears to be circulating her mugshot and pictures of other protesters. Now, they're not surprised police are following their every move, but they say that there is a clear line between simple police work and profiling.
I feel it's definitely a violation of our rights. I'd put that in the realm of stalking.
Protesters we talked to say they will file a formal complaint against the police department. They'll also be taking a different approach for future events. They say details for their next event will not be posted on their website. 3 American students arrested during mass protests in Egypt are waking up in their own beds this morning. Derek Sweeney, Luke Gates, and Greg Porter got back to the U.S. this weekend. They say they were beaten and threatened to be force-fed gasoline while they were in jail in Egypt. And despite all the chaos that's still going on there, Egypt's military ruler is urging people to head to the polls today for the start of parliamentary elections. Protesters have been demanding the ruling military council hand over power to the civilian government. Voters will begin choosing nearly 500 people to fill their parliament. This is the first set of elections since Hosni Mubarak was ousted back in February. Now, the parliament's main task will be to form a committee to draft a new constitution. And back home, President Obama is getting ready to host Europe's leaders in Washington, D.C. today. Later today, President Obama will welcome European Union leaders to a summit at the White House. They will focus on economic growth overseas. And 'tis the season. A giant Christmas tree is set to arrive at the U.S. Capitol today. The 60-foot red fir was cut down earlier this month from a California national forest. It's being driven more than 4,500 miles across the country on the back of a flatbed truck. The tree lighting ceremony is scheduled for December 6th. And that tops your morning news headlines. Don't forget to start your day every day with Matt Morrow, Kristen, and myself on KRQE News 13 from 5 to 7 a.m. Guys, there is no turning back now. 'Tis the seasons, the holidays here. And
It's
shopping
official.
is here for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it is so official now. Officially official.
When the red sweater comes out, it's official.
Yeah,
I know, everybody's gonna be wearing red now, right?
Yeah, I'll have to go with the red tomorrow. I'm in chocolate brown today. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and good luck with all your shopping.
Yes.
You've got a whole family to worry about. See, I'll tell you what, I can't even shop for myself without getting stressed out. It's terrible. And I always do this stupid thing where I go shopping for someone else and I end up needing something. And then I feel so bad. It's terrible. Well, you know, it's bad. Do you do that ever?
Well, I'm still trying to work on the drive-through mall where it's like you don't, like you could just get like, because guys kind of trouble shop.
Yeah, yeah.
Horrible shoppers.
Well, yeah. Well, Thanksgiving Day weekend shoppers were hungry for sales, to say the least. The National Retail Federation actually says that the numbers are in, and they're huge. Consumers putting this Thanksgiving and Black Friday shopping weekend into the record books. Listen to this. According to the National Retail Federation, numbers up 16% from last year, with shoppers spending more than $52 billion. Is that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah, that totals nearly $400 per person, and those big numbers coming with more people spending this year, and 226 million of them hitting stores and going online over the weekend. We'll have to talk to Skip about that later because, you know, people spending a lot of money in this economy, it's almost shocking, right?
It's a lot of Xboxes.
It is. And you know, stores generally rely on sales between Thanksgiving and Christmas because that actually makes up 20% of their annual income that they get, or their annual take. And the next stop for retailers, of course, today, Cyber Monday. Are you a Black Friday guy or a Cyber Monday guy?
I'm more of a like just last minute item guy.
I know, isn't that terrible?
It's horrible. Like people get candles for me and stuff. It's bad.
But it's so hard because when you wait to the last minute, you do miss a lot of the good sales because they can hike up the prices because they know that you're in need and desperate. So, you know, here's a good story. Speaking of desperation, my goodness, crazy Black Friday stories are in the news. Ready for this one? You want to tell it?
Not.
You tell it. You tell it.
Well, they say that the investigation of a bloody arrest of a 50-year-old grandfather during Black Friday.
That went on.
Gerald Newman was charged with resisting arrest and shoplifting at a Walmart, but some witnesses say he was complying with police and not shoplifting. Police say the man stuck a video game under his shirt, and that's when they tracked him.
And then they tackled him. Look at him.
Yeah, they tackled him. They tackled him, and the authorities will now conduct an investigation to determine whether the actions of the police officer involved were within reason.
That looks horrible. I mean, honestly, look at, he's all bloody. It's terrible. I hate seeing stories like that because it just, you know, it's supposed to be a happy, fun time and people are hurting each other. And, you know, remember the woman who police say sprayed pepper spray on other shoppers at a Walmart in LA? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, she turned herself in Friday night, but there's no word yet if she'll face any charges. Los Angeles police say the woman caused minor injuries to more than a dozen shoppers. How messed up is that? She allegedly used pepper spray to keep other shoppers away from the Xbox games. You're right about those Xboxes. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, now this is a good one. Crazed shoppers reportedly got in a fight over, you ready for this? $2 waffle makers.
That's a good deal.
I love waffles, but come on. This was at a Little Rock, Arkansas Walmart. Again, what is going on, Walmart shoppers? Look at this. Look, watch. Listen to the screaming for a second. Listen.
Wow.
Yeah, this is all because this waffle maker was on sale, $2. People freaked out. They were like, oh my God, I have to make waffles for the family. This lady's pants are falling down. Clearly, she's eating too many waffles. I'm just teasing. I'm the same way. But honestly, what's the problem here? Why are people like this? Would you ever do that in your life?
No, I mean...
Is there anything that would make you fight like that in a store?
Maybe a Michael Jordan rookie card. I don't. Maybe, but.
I'm going to go with a kiss from John Bon Jovi might make me there. I don't know.
Or that.
Or John Travolta back when he was Danny Zuko. That might be the one thing. Now, okay, so we've talked about Cyber Monday, right? It's officially here today. This is it, and it's quickly becoming one of the busiest shopping days of the year. It's actually turned into the second Black Friday, but the good thing is nobody will be getting attacked physically because it's based on online sales. You know, some 120 million Americans are expected to log on to go shopping online, and purchases are about 8 to 10% of holiday retail sales now. So not bad. I mean, a lot of people are saving the gas money by spending the money online, right?
Right.
That's how it is. Now, on November 30th, I don't know if you've been paying attention when me and Kristen were talking about it, but the new Fox comedy, I Hate My Teenage Daughter, is going to be hitting the airwaves.
Yes. It's a big deal.
Yes. Mother-daughter relationships definitely have their ups and downs, so take a look.
When raising a pair of teenage daughters,
There is no way we are going to let Sophie go to a party where they're serving beer.
you need all the love and support you can find.
You're Sophie's uncle. What do you think?
They should go to the party.
Well, I think you have a weird-shaped head. Anyone agree with that?
I Hate My Teenage Daughter, Wednesday, November 30th
You boost me up.
on Fox.
I think it looks funny. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's going to be a popular show.
Yeah,
and
we're going to actually have an interview with the stars coming up this week, so that'll be fun. And you can share your mother-daughter stories with us by entering our Get Along with Your Mom contest. 5 winners will be selected, and each will receive an American Express gift card valued at $100.
And 2 prize winners will each receive an American Gift Express card valued at $1,000.
Nice. That's a good time of year for it. Here's how you enter. Visit Casa.com, enter under contests. The deadline for submissions is November 28th, which is coming up right away at 5 p.m., but giveaways do begin. They actually began last week, and the giveaways are continuing. The winners will be announced right here on New Mexico Style. So you'll have to watch our show if you want to get the detailed scoop.
Now, the contest is only open to viewers in the KRQE CASA viewing areas. Participants must be 13 years of age or older. Winners will be notified by email, then posted online at casa.com.
That's right, and don't miss the I Hate My Teenage Daughter season premiere Wednesday, November 30th. That will be on 8:30 after my other favorite show, The
X Factor.
And we want to announce 2 more winners. We come back from a holiday weekend, and now we've got some really good news. This is exciting. Okay, you ready? Do the drum roll. Do it, do it. First winner is Joan Parson of Rio Rancho. How lovely. Here is her letter. Congratulations, by the way, Miss Joanne. When I was 24, I found myself as a single parent of a little girl. I was always tired because I had to work to support us and often wished I could spend more quality time with her because it was just the 2 of us until she turned 4. I then met a wonderful man who became my husband and a wonderful father to Caitlin. He had 2 young boys that he was raising and was soon found out that we were going to have triplets together. At that point, my Caitlin was so happy, but also not so happy to share her mommy with someone else. After a premature labor and the death of her brothers, oh my gosh, she had a hard time understanding the whole life-changing events. 2 years later, I got pregnant again, and Stephanie was born. Since Caitlin and Stephanie are 7 years apart, it makes quite a challenge in raising 2 daughters at different stages of life. But since there's not much time or money to spend with each other alone, Caitlin and I enjoy when she has to do school projects because it's our quality time with each other. A few years ago, she came home from school excited and ran up and said, "Guess what, Mommy? My teacher told my class if we want to participate in Earth Day projects, we could be in the newspaper, but it has to be a robot made of recycled items around the house." She asked, "Mommy, can you help me?" And I was so happy to help her. We looked around the house to see what we could use, and since Stephanie was still a baby, we got a bunch of diaper boxes, found Coke cans, tissue rolls, and plastic water bottles, and made an awesome robot. It took us days to finish, but during those few days, I could see how happy she was to be spending time with me.
Aww.
I know. The day came to take the Earth Day robot to school, and Caitlin asked me to take her and walk into her class with it. When other students saw her project, they said it was cool, and she'd smile saying, "Thank you, my mom helped me." She made me happy that she loved me so much and wanted everyone to know we did it together. Since then, every time she's got a project, she asks me to help. She's a grateful, loving daughter, and I am so proud. Aww.
That is really sweet.
I know, I get all mushy. Joanne wins, I don't know if it's Joan or Joanne, so please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. She wins an Express gift card valued at $100, and actually her daughter, the 2 of them, will become eligible for the grand prize, which is an Amex gift card valued at $1,000, as you mentioned earlier.
Right. Our second winner is Michelle Lee Kai of Albuquerque. Here is her letter.
Okay.
My mother is beautiful. She is strong-hearted, kind, and independent. My fondest memory of her and I is simple. We were always limited a small certain amount of money for recreational purposes if we had money left over at all. So I knew better than to ask for money for things. I wanted rather what I needed. One day my mom told me to get ready to go into town. I did. Thought we were just going to pay bills like we usually did. Before we left the house, as I waited in the car, my mom was on the phone, and for some reason she didn't want to finish the call in the car. We finally left and headed towards what I thought was in the direction of the place where she had paid one of her bills. We pulled off to back exit of the building. She closed the door and told me she'll be right back. I was wondering where we were looking around to find a familiar building. I didn't notice my mom coming towards the car. I was happy when I saw that she had ordered us a pizza. That's why she didn't finish her call in the car.
Aww.
I thought to myself I was excited to have pizza for dinner, and I couldn't wait to get home to eat it. My mom then told me one more stop before we're heading home. I was sitting there thinking to myself, "Are you serious? We just got a pizza, let's go eat," anxiously wondering where we were going. What was so important than going home to eat? We pulled into the Dollar Movie parking lot let's eat. The movie starts at 7:20. So we have enough time, my mom said, so I was so excited. We laughed and joked in the car waiting for the movie to start. I even got to drink a Coke right out of the jug, only because my mom forgot cups, of course. I got spoiled for a night, and it may not seem like much, but that night meant a lot to me. Our relationship has grown more and more as time goes. She's my best friend, and I could never ask for a better mom.
Oh, well, you know what? That letter just tells me it's the little things. It really is the little things that mean the
My
most.
mother and I are like my heart. We have problems, but we never fail each other. That's so cool.
Love it.
That's really sweet.
Well, congratulations, Michelle. You also win a $100 Amex gift card, and that you may now win that eligible, or you may be eligible to win that $1,000 prize as well. Congratulations, winners! And when we come back, got a lot more to tell you. A lot of good stuff. Don't go away. Aw, I love pizza.